Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 2 for my podcast. Today I'm sitting in my car, so if you hear a little wind, it's due to the fact that all my windows are open, just so I don't sweat my entire wardrobe off currently, as it's like plus 27 degrees right now. But anyways, into the second episode, and I really wanted to talk about something that I'm super passionate about, which is self-growth and investing in yourself. And, investing in yourself, this term is so watered down. You've heard it a million times on social media. All these successful guys are telling you to do it. And I feel like most people kind of just brush it off like, okay, I agree with that. I think investing in yourself is important. And, I could get behind that. Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm going to share it on my story, but I'm not really going to do anything about it. And I feel like that's the shoes that a lot of people find themselves in today's society. And I wanted to just, I'm just kind of going off the top, but I just really wanted to elaborate on my stance on investing in yourself and a couple different ways you can do it to kind of make it tangible for you guys, potentially give you guys a few action steps. Because I know it can seem like such an abstract concept with this whole kind of era on social media of self-improvement and self-development. So I just wanted to kind of compare it, first of all, to other forms of investment. If you do invest currently, you might be investing in the stock market or real estate or any other type of financial investment or equity. And I'm arguing that investing in yourself is going to be the most important investment for most people in their current situation. Obviously, there's a place for real estate and stocks in your portfolio and other stuff too. In fact, I plan to have that stuff in my portfolio. But I think that the most important first investment you can make is in yourself. Because at the end of the day, you are your biggest asset, and improving your biggest asset is the highest leverage thing you can do, right? And as you improve yourself, the things around you start to improve, like your financial status, your relationships, your discipline, your personal life, all that stuff. And everything kind of stems from you, including your other investments, right? In order to put yourself in the best possible position to invest in real estate, invest in stocks, investing in yourself first is going to allow you to do that. And, like I said, there's so many different ways to do it. Such an abstract concept, and a lot of the ways are free. I think that's why people don't really take it seriously, because people often correlate money with value. And although that's true a lot of the time, there are some very, very impactful things you can do on your own to actually improve yourself and invest in yourself. Investments don't just have to be monetary. You can invest your time into yourself too. In fact, it's arguably more valuable than money. It is more valuable than money. So forms of self-investment, can look at daily habits. We're talking about meditation, has an endless list of benefits for you. Every like 99%, I'll say, of the top achievers in the world will attest to the fact that meditation has helped them in some way, shape, or form. It can definitely help you. We're looking at emotional stability, calmness, discipline. What are some other ones? Often people react to stimulus immediately without really having any space between stimulus and reaction. And this is very detrimental to a lot of people, because they're kind of controlled by the external circumstances in their life. If you're able to pause internally, mentally, when shit hits the fan, and kind of handle situations with more composure and calmness, you can really take control of life, really, no matter what the situation is. And meditation is a great tool to kind of build that space in between stimulus and response. And those are, I guess, 3 to 4 benefits of meditation that I've experienced personally. The list goes on. Meditation will, help you in different ways depending on where you're at and what areas of growth you have mentally. Other forms of personal growth, journaling, reflection. We're looking at something as simple as a cold shower to build discipline. We're looking at books, podcasts, audiobooks. Those are huge, and you can either buy them on Amazon for a few bucks, or you can literally just rent them for your library, or you can buy like a annual subscription to like Audible or whatever the case may be. Either way, whatever you pay for something like that, the ROI is fucking insane, man. Like, a lot of people will not think twice about dropping a couple $100 going to the club, or even $50 going to a restaurant, or $50 on some shirts, $100 for a pair of shoes. No second thought whatsoever, no hesitation. But then they see like a $25 book in Amazon, they shit their pants, they think about it for 5 minutes, then decide not to buy it. And this is just the way it is. You know, people are so used to investing in things that don't actually move them forward. Liabilities, in other words. Liabilities include cars, shoes, watches, drinks, you know, the list goes on of things that really don't help your life. They just give you instant gratification, that hit of dopamine. And investing in something as simple as a book, whether it's from your library, investing the 10 minutes it takes to drive there, investing the $10 it takes to buy one, investing in the subscription, that in itself can be worth, if you're primarily kind of looking at this video through a financial lens, that video or that investment could be worth millions of dollars to you. On the book Think and Grow Rich, it literally says on the cover, this book could be worth $1 million to you. And the reason why that is because if you apply the principles in that book to your life the way it tells you to, you could literally make $1 million. Like these guys don't fuck around. And there are hundreds and thousands of books of millionaires and billionaires literally telling you 20 years worth of life lessons, expertise, strategies, tips, experience. They've wrapped what took them 20 years to figure out in one book, and it's at the edge of our fingertips, and people don't realize the value in that, which is fucked. You know, in order to actually become successful, you have to do certain things. There's so many blueprints out there that people are not taking advantage of. And this power, this untapped power, is really kind of the weakest link in the chain in terms of achieving your goals. If you don't do it, right? If you don't do what these people tell you to do, it's going to be very hard to achieve, you know, what you want to. If what you want to achieve is you know, substantial. You know, if you want to be average, fucking ignore this, because it doesn't really matter for you. So I just kind of wanted to shed some light on my view on personal growth. If you're not growing, you're really moving backwards. And there's so many different ways you can grow, so many habits. Books are one of the best. And if you want to take it to another level, we could look at mentorship programs too, education. Now, post-secondary is a form of, you know, investment into education. We're not going to talk about the ROI of that right now, perhaps in another video. But there's so many different types of education, books, mentorship programs. You could find somebody in your industry that you're passionate about. A lot of them have mentorship programs these days. It's hard to find an industry that doesn't have at least a handful of people who are running mentorship programs for that particular industry, just the way it is nowadays. So you could contact one of them, see what they're about. Books, post-secondary school courses, the list goes on. But the reality is that you are your biggest asset. Investing into yourself is the most important asset to invest in as of right now. You know, for me, I'm definitely going to dive into real estate and stocks eventually, but investments I'm making into myself right now are worth so much more than the 7 to 10% I get through stocks or real estate right now. And I just invested in a new mentorship program, which I'm super excited about. And one thing I've realized is it's super important. This I could potentially dive into more on another video too. I'll wrap it up shortly. But investing in assets first rather than liabilities. You know, it's a huge temptation to start absolutely indulging on liabilities once you start making a little bit of money. You know, getting a nice car, buying a bunch of shit, going out, you know, every few days. It's very, very tempting. And I kind of dived into it a little bit. You know, I kind of succumbed to the temptation of that instant gratification. And it's something a lot of people get sucked into. A lot of people, you know, look rich but aren't really rich. And the way to get really rich is to invest in those assets first. You know, if you have a decision to buy a nice car or buy some more assets, like some real estate or something like that, or a mentorship program, always go for the asset. Because, you know, buying that nice car, that Mercedes, like 2 years later, off of the passive income you're asset is creating for you each month, it's gonna be so much more satisfying, rather than buying something super nice and super expensive now than having to scrape later on to actually keep on affording that thing. And that's something, yeah, super important. I feel like I've gone off topic a little bit. The topic of personal development, investing in yourself, assets, liabilities, absolutely immense. I could go on for 8 to 10 hours per day, every single day, about this, and I'm still learning. I've by far, or I'm far from an expert on a lot of this stuff. I'm just talking from personal experience, and I've read a lot of these books, and I'm kind of also paraphrasing and regurgitating a lot of things that I've heard really successful people say. So I guess in that regard, there's a little tad bit of credibility there. But anyways, you know, I'm down to always have conversations about this stuff. Personal development is definitely a passion of mine. So if you have any thing to add or say or compare, feel free to DM me, comment on this, and feel free to let me know if you want me to touch on a part of this episode in greater detail, because I'd love to do that. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you in the next episode.